You're listening to the AstroMommy Newsletter read-aloud version of my daily horoscope published on Substack. If you would like to read this, please click on the link in the description box below. Without further ado, here is the daily horoscope. Mercury is now direct, Pluto stationed direct on Saturday, and the Queen of Swords. Daily horoscope for Monday, October 3rd, 2022. Welcome to the AstroMommy Newsletter, a daily horoscope that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. The AstroMommy Newsletter is a reader-supported publication, meaning it only thrives thanks to the generous support of lovely people just like you. The two best ways you can support my work are to share this newsletter with a friend and to consider upgrading to a paid subscription. Whether you're a first-time reader or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in my community. I hope you enjoy today's horoscope and card reading. Blessings. Good morning, friends. Well, this last weekend was transformative, wasn't it? If you are ready for a reading, you can check out my website where you can find descriptions of all the services that I offer. If we've never had a reading before, you'll want to start with a natal chart reading. Your natal chart is the base for every other type of reading, except horary, so it's the most important reading to have first. As my new teacher says, if it's not in your natal promise, then it won't be in your solar return or your transits. So far, I have found this to be very true. Click the link at the bottom of my newsletter to be transferred to my website where you can check out my services. And remember, if you need a different time than the times available on my auto-scheduler, just send me an email to astromommyastrology@gmail.com and we can figure out the best time for your reading. Okay, let's get into the astrology. We start the week with Mercury, now moving 11 minutes per day and picking up a ton of essential dignity, being that he is in his own sign of Virgo and is now direct. He is still within the clutches of Neptune, which could be creating a bit of a heavy mental fog, but by this coming weekend, we should start to feel the weather shift. This is a week to pay close attention to your mental health. We may hear about a lot of issues in the news about depression, anxiety, and people overusing substances, so be hyper aware of your own vices and whatever you use to escape the pain. This is not a light transit. It will test your resolve. You can make it through by standing strong in the waves instead of letting yourself get pulled out to sea by the riptide. But if you're intoxicated, you may lose your footing. This is not the week to give up and just be nihilistic. The moon is in Capricorn, in her detriment, and the sun is in Libra, in its fall. So the sun and the moon aren't too happy because they don't have as much power in these two placements right now. The moon is making a trine to Uranus today, and then she will conjoin Pluto by late tonight. So this could be some sudden news that comes in quickly that ends up bringing up deep emotions. Be emotionally prepared. With the sun and moon in these two signs and Mercury opposing Neptune all week, some people may find themselves very depressed and feeling like they are lost at sea. People may wake up and realize they need help. If you or anyone you know is feeling this way, please seek out professional guidance. There are several free websites that claim one can get help for free. Here is a link to a web page that lists the top 5 free therapy sites. Best online therapy sites. There is no shame in asking for help when you need it. There's a big focus on Pluto this week, as Mercury is in a trine to Pluto all week, perfecting on Thursday, and then Pluto stations direct on Saturday, October 8th, 2022. Pluto went retrograde on April 30th, 2022 at 28 degrees of Capricorn, 35 minutes, and has now traveled back to 26 degrees Capricorn, 6 minutes. Pluto entered the shadow period of this retrograde cycle in January at the beginning of 2022 and will exit the post-retrograde shadow period at the end of January 2023. So we've been in the Pluto retrograde energy all year. Pluto represents transformation, birth, death, and rebirth, and the excavation of deep and hidden things. So what do you feel in your life has been going through a transformation? What has been dying in your life only to be reborn, like a phoenix rising from the ashes? I liken the Pluto retrograde cycle to that of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. At the beginning of the retrograde, we make and enter our cocoon to start the process of metamorphosis. During this long cycle, we become goo, completely dissolving ourselves in order to recreate ourselves as the butterflies we are meant to be. When the retrograde cycle ends, we emerge, shake out our wings, let them unfold and flutter a bit in the wind as we uncurl our antennae, picking up the signal, and somehow we fly. How transformative this process is for you personally really depends upon your natal chart and whether or not Pluto is activating anything within. But I like this imagery. Since Pluto is a generational planet, meaning that because it moves so slowly through the zodiac, it affects swaths of people at once, I feel like generationally we are going through these changes as a society. Those with planetary placements in the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, may be feeling the effects of Pluto more intensely than others. 100 years ago, Pluto was in Cancer, so if you have your natal Pluto in Cancer or Libra, you may be experiencing some intense Pluto transits as well. So there could be a lot of interesting things coming out in the news this week, like scandals, espionage, deep state stuff, plenty of addictions and drug-related stories, etc. Should be interesting. On a personal level, Mercury trine Pluto could be you or someone you know feeling like their souls are being pulled out of the earth and they are looking at their own taproot. This could be scary and strange, but ultimately transformative. People could be having profound thoughts or experiences surrounding the topics of death and birth. Let's move on to the card for the day, Queen of Swords. On this card, we see a queen sitting on her throne. There are butterflies and an angel carved into her throne, and her crown is made of gold butterflies. She wears a cloak with clouds on it. She holds in her right hand a sword pointing towards the sky and rests the hilt of the weapon on the arm of her throne. Her left hand is extended and raised like she is delivering some decree or judgment. The Queen of Swords is about being clear, concise, and objective in your communications and actions. The Queen of Swords is a queen who rules her land with a very severe, unwavering hand. She isn't someone to mess with or go against her laws with the intention of asking for forgiveness. She won't grant you any. As the card for guidance for Monday, I feel it is a reminder to take an objective, business-like stance today. Be succinct and to the point in your speech and actions. Does this resonate with you? I would love to know in the comments. I hope this is helpful. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy.
Today's horoscope was brought to you by Mercury direct, making an opposition to Neptune and a trine to Pluto. The Sun and Moon and Pluto station direct on October 8th, 2022. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from the A.E. Waite Holographic Tarot, available on Amazon. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a small commission, but there are no additional costs to you. I don't share or recommend things that I don't 100% believe in and use myself. Thanks for listening.